Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy, RV extraordinaire, coming to you from Beckley's Camping Center today to show you the all-new, this is a 2019 Tofino from Pleasureway. And boy, I think they have hit the nail on the head with this particular motorhome. I think people are going to be very intrigued in what this thing has to offer. Now, for more information on this camper or any others, be sure if you call, if you email, or if you stop by Beckley's Camping Center here in Thurmont, Maryland, you do ask for Paul, the Air Force guy. So let's get on to this camper. What people are going to like about this particular unit is the fact that it is 17 feet 9 inches in total length. Height, if you do not have the roof racks, is 8 foot and just a couple inches. So then you just have to add for the roof racks if in fact you do put them on there. By the way, I'm going to have all the specifications, pricing, as well as my contact information down below this video. Just click on the show more and all that information will come up. Now on those roof rack system, that does have, they're adjustable, so if you need, if you're having kayaks, you need them spread apart a little bit further, you're able to do that. Maybe you have some bicycles, you can put it together a little bit, so it is adjustable. Now this comes standard with a lot of items. There's not many options for this particular motorhome. Now this is the silver, and it did not have the painted, as you can see, where you see the graphite colors for the wheel well and so forth. That is another option that you can get. There's 3 different colors. You can have a red, you have a graphite, or the silver. Those are the 3 options, and then if you decided you want to have the painted moldings, that is an option. Only a couple other options. One is going to be the screen door for the actual sliding glass door, then there's a screen door for the rear. And then the other option you're going to have is, how many solar panels do you want? Do you want a 100-watt solar panel, or would you rather have 200 watts in solar panel? Now, starting on the rear of this coach, of course, you're going to notice you're going to have a Class 3 receiver on the back. So if you decide you want to put a mother-in-law seat back here to carry some wood or different things, you could do that. Or if you want to put a bike rack on that, if you didn't want to put it on the roof, you're able to do that. But let me show you how much storage is in here. By the way, this does have a rear a backup camera on here. So the doors, they open nice and wide. You can open them all the way across if you wish. This is 70 cubic feet of storage back in this area behind the sofa. Now something else that they have in here is you're able to make this sofa, you're able to make it a bed. And what they do is, you have 2 of these poles back here. What they do is they put magnets on the ends of them, and you're able to move these in position so that you're able to take the mattress part that's up here and move it down here. Now some other things that you have in the back here, you're going to have a little sprayer port over here, so if you need to hose something off, you can do that. You can see you have your table leg stored right here. This is your breakers and fuses. You're able to store your sewer hose right in this compartment. And then of course you have a portable ladder. And that ladder, the nice thing is you could use that for getting up on the bed on the inside, or to go ahead and be able to get to the items on the roof. Now, the way this rear screen works, another great invention that they've done, it's very easy for you to undo. So it just rolls on down here, and then all you're going to be doing is you zipper it in place. Now something else that they've provided on the inside, if you wanted to have a little light but you didn't want to have, you wanted to have some privacy, you have the screen, but then they also have inside a little blackout shade so that you can have privacy if you want to still have a little bit of airflow in the evening, or even during the day, you're able to go ahead and make it so that it's a little private. And I'll show you what that looks like from the inside as well. Now to put the screen back up, it's very simple. All you're going to be doing is, again, zippering. Take the zippers up on the sides. Only takes about 30 seconds. And you can see that they already have it set up for you, and it makes it very easy for you to roll up. And there you go, then you're back in business. Okay, so on your door side, this is where you're gonna have your connections. And by the way, this is a 4-season coach, and I'll go back into that when we get inside, kind of show you some things. You're only gonna be having gray water and fresh water on this coach. You basically have a 16-gallon freshwater tank. Now it is above the floor, so this is an insulated coach, and you're gonna have heat on the inside of the coach. But this is where you'll fill your freshwater tank. Now obviously when you go ahead and use the kitchen sink, that's going to go into the gray water tank, and then just in front of the rear wheel there is where your drain is going to be for your gray tank. The next thing you're going to have is your utility center. That's going to be right here, and this is where you're going to hook up your 30 amps if you decide you want to plug in. Now you will have an inverter so you can do some dry docking or dry camping if you wish to. Of course you have your LP connection. And of course, in the event that you're going to hook up to a city water, you're able to have consistent water coming into the coach. So that's all right here. Now the next thing you have is this is where you'd be filling your fuel tank. This is a gasoline-powered Dodge front-wheel drive Class B motorhome. 24 gallons for the fuel there. Now this does have LP on it, and the LP is utilized for one purpose only, and that's going to be for your furnace, and the furnace exhaust is going to be here. You must have your LP connection on at this point, otherwise it will not turn on. Now to fill your LP tank, let me show you where that is. So in order to have your LP serviced, it's right here on the door side, and of course you also have a connection for an outside grill, so that is right on your door side, making it nice for when you're camping so that you're able to cook out, adds to your camping enjoyment. On the door side here also you're going to see you're going to have 110 outlets right towards the back here, so you're able to play some music out here or whatever. So now I just want to show you underneath, back by this Class 3 receiver, you're going to have both a 7-way plug and a 4-way plug. So if you're towing something behind it, you're able to connect it. Also, you're going to notice, of course, the shocks that you're using on these is an upgrade. You don't see these on other manufacturers actually using this. Spare tires right here, and you can see where your LP tank is back in front of the rear axle here. The connection point for that is just going to be around the side. So when you come in the door, what you're going to have to do is turn on your battery disconnect. Now you have two different disconnects. You have one on that side, and then your battery right here. So you turn this on, and now you'll be able to turn on your lights. Now this thing is powered, it's LED lighting. However, one thing that they're doing, which is different than a lot of the other manufacturers, is you have a touch panel here. Nice thing with the touch panel, this is they're using the multiplex wiring system, but now I can just go ahead and turn on my lights. That's the living room, reading lights, loft light, porch light, of course your water pump, backlight for this. This is where you also check your levels for your tanks. Then of course for your heating mode, for the furnace. And then of course this is for power settings to kind of set, make it so that it's a little bit more user-friendly, and when you're dry camping. Now you have it's like 6 feet of counter space you have here, and as you can see you have a forward-facing sofa that's going to go ahead and turn into a bed. The bed will be 54 inches wide by 72 inches in length, and you can see they store the second piece for the bed right up top here. Well, that'd be for the piece that goes in the back where I put the poles. And then of course your other sleeping is going to be up top here. Now something you got to be aware of for the restriction on the top is 200-pound weight capacity. So, you know, for children you're going to be fine. Now the refrigerator, this is going to be, this particular one is an AC/DC refrigerator with a freezer. So meaning that if you're plugged into power 110, you can be using 110. While you're driving down the road, you can turn your inverter on also to go ahead and operate this. And this is compressor driven, which means it's going to cool down a lot quicker. On top, you're going to notice a true induction cooktop. And again, that's going to be electric. You're not going to be using propane. The only thing you're going to be using propane for will be the furnace. You've got your nice little stainless steel sink here with the high-rise faucet. And nice little vent windows back behind it, which go ahead and curve, you know, they're jalousie style windows, so when it's raining you can actually have them out. And look at the counter space you have here. Now earlier I mentioned about a ladder that you can use to get up on the roof, and there it is. Stores quite nicely, but that thing can get very tall. Yeah, it goes up to about 12 feet total. And it stores quite nicely back here. So looking at your screen on the back, so if you wanted to, you can actually open that, and you can see it has the little clips so that it can clip it up, so you can have screen or you can have privacy. Now this particular sofa has two different two seat belts, so this will be great for a camping trailer or camping van for a family of 4. Very simple to make it to bed. All you're going to do, this thing jackknife, you just lift up here, it's going to lay down, and then we're going to take the cushion off the top. Now what you do on the cushion on the top, this thing has a little lock, so when you pull this safety feature down, it just pulls down and it'll lock in place so that it's out of the way. Now you're able to just pull this forward, just pull it on out, and then this will set right down back here. And it fits nice and snug there, and that gives you the 54 by 72 inch bed for yourself. Now also in here, what they do is, and I showed you the table leg in the back, and you look at the floor here saying, well, where do you put it? What they do is they store right down here behind the driver's seat. It is a portable, it's like a portable leg, and it'll give you the balance you need to put that wherever you'd like, whether you want to take it outside because you're out and you're camping, maybe put it between your chairs. You can put it up front here because these chairs do swivel back around, or you can move it closer to the sofa that's behind you. So the table stores quite nicely behind your driver's seat right up against this counter here. Now one thing I want to warn you about, when you're moving these poles, make sure you watch where your fingers are, because being that these things are magnetic, if you have your finger in the wrong spot, it's going to go ahead and slam into position and you might have an owie, let's just say. So be very careful when you're putting these things back in place. And that's how simple it is. Now something else that you have is these seats will turn around. So they're part of your camping area. Very simple to do. All you're going to do is it's a manual movement. So you're just going to move the seat forward, and then you're just lifting up on the corner here to go ahead and swivel it around. It's that simple. Now you do have your adjustable arms here. They adjust underneath here, so you can adjust it high or low, however you want it. The other thing it has for an adjustment is this is for the back. So depending on how straight you want to sit up, how far you want to recline back, that's something you're able to do for yourself. Also has a little lumbar support, so a very adequate seat. Something I like about what they've done in this Dodge chassis here is the fact that you actually have passenger and driver airbags, as well as airbags on the sides of your seat. So it's a side airbag cushion. So extra safety measures for this particular Class B motorhome. Okay, so right here on the wall, this is where you're going to have your inverter system, as well as your panel, if in fact you do have the solar panels on the roof, whether it's the 100 or the 200 watt solar panel. This is where you can control everything, watch where you are as far as battery power and so forth. Now when you're using your inverter, you have a few different things that can work off the inverter. You're going to have your refrigerator, you have your induction cooktop, you have an outlet right here, as well as an outlet in the back. Also notice right above that outlet, you have a 12 volt port there for your usage when you don't want to have the inverter on. Now let me show you how this top goes up. Okay, so you can notice this is not the tall vans like you're used to seeing in the other Class B motorhome. The only place you're going to be able to stand in here is in this area here once the top is up. To put the top up, you've got a couple of things you've got to unlock. First, you have like a seat belt right here in the middle. Then you're going to have little pull-down locks on other sides. Now this thing has a strut on it to help go back, to help it push up. I would highly recommend that when you're putting it up, or especially if you're putting it down, that you have a door or window open to help with the pressure, especially when it's coming down. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time pulling this thing down if nothing's open. But it's that easy. So as you can see, when you have it open, you have a panel on this side that you can open, you have a panel on the front, and then there'll be a panel on the opposite side, which will allow you to have great ventilation throughout the coach. That, with the windows, would be adequate ventilation for you while you are camping. So let's see what it looks like up top there. So up here, as you can see, how much room that you have. So again, for children or one adult, plenty of space up here. Okay, so you're camping, you want to go ahead and have some fresh air coming through here, so you want to have a screen. All you do is just unlock the screen up top here. It's just two little clips. It's going to fall down in place. Zip it on in place on both sides, and you're ready to rock and roll. You say, you know, Paul, but now you're trapped in there. Well, not with the way they do it. See, they have a magnet on this side, so all you're able to do is pull out, walk right out through it. It's magnetically reseals itself, so you're able to walk in and out that easy. Now to put the screen away, again, we're going to do the same thing we did in the other location. Now the one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you're rolling it up the correct way. And what they do on this is pretty cool. They put, it's like one of those pool noodles inside of here to make it nice. It helps it when you're rolling up so it stays in the proper configuration here. It's that easy. So this is what you're going to be looking at. You're going to have power mirrors. Now the nice thing on the power mirrors for this is you can see this is your control. But the control thing, you're going to notice you have 4 different arrows. The nice thing is with it, see I'm controlling the top mirror. If I turn it to the other one, you can see now I'm controlling the lower mirror. So where in most other motorhomes, you only have control for the big mirror. The small mirror is a manually controlled item. Of course, you're going to have cruise control. It's an automatic, but it does have, of course, the slapstick, if you'd like, if you want to call it that, so you can manually drive it. And then, of course, this is going to be your stereo. It does come with navigation, so you'll be able to see where you are. And then, of course, it does have the backup camera, so when you're backing up, and notice how you can see when you're getting close to something, which makes it very nice. There's something else up here. You have under here there is an aux control as well as a USB, and that's going to go to your stereo up to this thing here, so you're able to go ahead and, if you want to plug your phone in, you can do that. You can go ahead and use your navigation. You can see cup holders, more 12-volt USB ports over here. You have both of those. Nice little storage up above the your little compartment there, and then of course storage in the doors. You know, a place for a cup. You know, you get those, the big gulp over there at 7-Eleven. You're able to put that right there, as well as up in the front. Now, when you're going to pull this thing down, one thing I would tell you to do is, of course, shut off the lights for up there. So you have the loft lights, you just shut those off. They're LED, so it's not going to hurt anything. But then you have 2 little straps that you're able to pull down on this. And again, make sure you have a door open to make it easier so the pressure has something to go to. And then you just want to pull in the fabric on either side and up in the front, just to make sure that it's not hanging on the outside. That's done there. Then what you have is, of course, you have the strap up front. What I do is I tuck these handles, or these straps that you're able to use to pull it down. I just push them up in there. That's as easy as that is. And on the sides here, these are just spring-loaded locks that go in place. And now you're ready to go down the road. Now the nice thing with these privacy shades is you pull them down, they have little magnets to hold them in place. So that way there, if you have them down while you're going down the road, they're not going to be smacking around. So you can see they have little magnets on either side. So that's for that window. And you're going to have it for this window here as well. And of course the windows are highly tinted, which makes it nice. Gives you a little bit better privacy if you want to have the things open. Now, the one thing I need to show you also is the little storage that you're going to have. Of course, this is very easily accessible for your water pump is right here. Makes it nice because that's something on an annual basis you want to be cleaning the screen anyway. So it makes it very easy for you to get to. So that's right here under the sink area. Next, right behind that, this is additional storage. Now remember, you have that massive storage back behind the sofa. That goes there, and then right under here, your additional storage. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Tofino by Pleasureway. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you're liking the information that I'm putting out here. If there's something in particular you'd like me to cover, another RV, if I do have it in stock, I'd be more than happy to do a walk around explanation of that particular RV, or if there's an aftermarket part that you may have questions about, by all means just reach out to me. Be more than happy to try to accommodate that. But I appreciate you watching, and I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.